In this video, we're going to talk about exit planning. We're going to look at what that is, why it's important to your business, and how you can implement it. So the term exit planning seems to get thrown around quite a lot, and there's a lot of confusion around what it actually is. And a lot of people, one of the bigger misconceptions is that it's only really something you need to focus on when you're thinking of leaving or exiting the business. In actual fact, all it is, good exit planning, is simple business strategy. By focusing on the value of your business and what drives that value, you actually end up having a more successful, more profitable and easier to run business. So putting an exit plan in place is something that we recommend at Fitness Business Sales is done even 6, 12, 18 months before you think about selling. The real reasons and the main reasons behind why you want to have an exit plan in place is firstly to give you peace of mind and to protect you from what we call the 5 Ds. If we take disaster just as one example of those 5 Ds and we look at 2020, now all of us in business throughout 2020 and experiencing COVID, I think would say it's not something that we saw coming. I did have a plan in place, but I didn't have a strong enough plan in place. So I'm now even reviewing my own exit plan and the exit plan we have for our business around that. But that's a typical example of a disaster that we didn't see coming. And not having any plan in place for me could have been very, very detrimental. But that's the kind of thing that we're talking about with those 5 Ds. So that's a really crucial thing that you do consider. As negative as it might seem, it is actually a reality. And lots of people we talk to are experiencing one of those situations that's forcing them into a sale. So by having an exit plan in place, if you are coming across one of these situations, you're going to be able to deal with the sale quickly and efficiently, and you're going to exit with the best value possible. The other side to that is that by knowing the exact value and by working on an exit plan, knowing what you need to come out with on a personal level to take you to the next chapter of your life, you're going to understand if there is a gap between the current value and your exit goal. You're going to understand what that gap looks like, and more importantly, you can put structure behind what needs to be done to increase the value of the business. So when we're working with clients on this kind of thing, the very first thing that we'll do is a current appraisal or a market value or valuation, whatever terminology you want to use, of where the business sits. And that looks something like this that we've got on the screen here. So we'll go through, we'll look at all of the membership details, we'll look at the yield, how many members you've got on board, what processes you've got in place. This covers the whole range of things and will give you a current value of where your business sits at the moment. On this side, we'll also then look at what small changes could make. And you can see here, we've just got 1 or 2% increases in some cases that drive a much bigger value of the business overall. You'd be amazed when we go through this, just a 1 or 2% increase or decrease in labour can make a huge difference to the overall value. So that starting point gives you a base to build on, and from there we'll work on a plan if it's needed in what needs to be done to execute these changes and these improvements that we need. So going through that process, having everything checked through with all your systems and processes and staff procedures and so on, is going to make sure that on the other side, on the more positive side of things, again, which does happen, if we get somebody come along or through our network we know somebody who might be interested in your business, if we can present them immediately with all of the information that they need to make an informed decision and to do their due diligence, you're going to get a much better sale price. The sales process is going to be much easier and much less stressful for you, and ultimately it's a good outcome for everybody. I guess what we're trying to do here is to take a different approach with the sale and the planning and the operation of your business, and take an overall view of it. Look at the whole thing, focus on the value and what you can do to drive the value of your business, and that's ultimately going to lead you to having a more successful, more profitable and easier to run business. So if any of this has resonated with you and it feels like something you'd like to learn a little bit more about, please feel free to get in touch. We'd be happy to talk you through how the appraisal process works